Hello guys, welcome to a new video. In this video we are going to be doing the kodekloud.com mock exam 1 for the CKA certification. And if you don't know about kodekloud, I think they have one of the best CKA course out there. A lot of good reviews everywhere on Reddit, on X, Facebook, everywhere I looked, they had the best reviews for the CKA. And I decided to purchase the kodekloud for a year subscription, and they have different learning paths in here. So what I'm now taking the CKA course with them, which is it's been really great. I also took the GitHub, I took the Docker, and I want to take more. So after I finish with the CKA, I might want to go for the CKAD, and then I'm going to be start doing some AWS and some Google Cloud. And it is a really great platform, and I really recommend you guys to look into kodekloud because they have every course that they have is on. They have a lot of hands-on labs for it, which is something that I really appreciate and something that is really great. And it's just makes it a lot easier to learn when you watch a lecture, you take some notes, and then you do a lab. Really great. So with that being said, we are going to be doing the kodekloud CKA mock exam 1. They give you an hour and they have 12 minutes. So let's see what's the first one that it's going to give us. So the first one says deploy a pod named NGINX, right? So they want you to deploy a pod named NGINX using the NGINX Alpine image. Once done, click on the next question in the top right corner of this panel. You may navigate back and forth freely between all questions. Once done with all the questions, click on End Exam. Your work will be validated at the end and scored shown. Good luck. All right, so let's go ahead and create this one. So this one should be easy, right? So we are just going to create this pod and with this image, and then we are going to move on to the next question. There we go. And then I just like to verify that it's actually working. You can see right here that it's running. So we have one down. Let's go ahead and head to the next question. So deploy messaging pod using the Redis Alpine image with the labels set to tier message. Okay. This one should also be another one that's quick. You just got to know the labels. So you do run messaging. Okay. And also when they give me a name, I would like to just copy and just paste in here, making sure that I don't make a spelling error here. Image equals to Redis Alpine, and with this label. So if you do the help command here, I think it's the -L for the labels. Yes, right there. So I'm just going to do that real quick. -L, and then we do tier equals to MSG. Good. Now you can do get pod to make sure it's running. You can see the NGINX pod is running, and messaging is also running. So we did that. Great. Create a namespace name, whatever that is. So we're going to create that namespace. Also really easy. Create namespace. Get namespace. There we go over here. It is active, so that is great. We can move on to question number 4. Get the list of nodes in a JSON format and store it in this. So for this, we're gonna have to do let's go ahead and Kubernetes. I think it's called JSON path. I can never support a JSON path. Okay, right here. So what they want us to do is going to be nodes, right? So we need to do get nodes, and then we want to do this let's see, as a JSON path. But before we do that, I want to see what they want. So they want to store, so get the list of nodes in a JSON format and store it in a file. Okay, so we don't need to do anything fancy. Just say that you want it as a JSON and store it right here. That should be good. If we do cat, there they are. So that's get the list of nodes. I think that would answer that question. Oh, let's go ahead and go next. So create a service called messaging service to expose the messaging application within the cluster on port 6379. Use the right labels. Okay, so since the messaging app is already there, what we could do is do a K expose, and we can do H here. And they have some create a pod for valid pod, create a second service, create a service for replicator stream, create a service for, let's see, create a service for replicator NGINX, which serves on port 80 and connects to the containers on port 8000. So I think they just want us to expose it. So we want to use the port, right? So we want to have, yeah, so this one exposed. So it's this one right here that we need. So we can say pod messaging ports 6379. We want to do the name of the service, which is going to be messaging service, and they say cluster. So this one is to be a type of cluster IP, even though it is, I think the default is cluster IP. I just want to add over here cluster IP. I don't know if this is in capital or not. It might be, but we have the ports. So K expose messaging. I think that should be good. Here we go. Service has been exposed. You can do K get service. You can see it over here, and you can do like describe to see if it was attached to it. Yep, using the selector tier message MSG, so it is using the right labels, which is great. Yep, so that should be good. Go ahead and go clear. Go to the next one. Create a deployment name HR web using that image, and with 2 replicas. So K create deployment. We want to name it this using the image. So we want to do image, and I'm going to be copying that because it's not a a normal app. It's just this name right here, and I forgot the K, lowercase k, and we need to have 2 replicas. And that should do it. Just looking at everything, making sure it's good. Okay, get deployment. Still not ready. There we go. Now they're ready and running. Okay, get pod. There we go. So they are running right now. So that should be good. Go ahead and move to the next question here. So create a static pod named static PC box on the control plane node that uses the BusyBox image and the command sleep 100. Okay. All right. So for this one, whenever they tell me a command, I usually look for sleep and go into the init container. And here's the command that I'm going to be using. So before we do that, let's go ahead and do run static box, and we're going to be running the image of BusyBox, right? And then I'm just going to do a dry run. Equals to client, and export this as a YAML file. And I'm going to call this file static BusyBox.yaml. Right? Now I go to Vim, static BusyBox.yaml. Delete the stuff that we don't need. We don't need resources, DNS, restart policy, or anything like that. So I'm going to delete the for down. We go back, delete for down. Right? Yeah. All right. So now I'm going to be using this command right here, right? Oh, that's too long. Is there a better one here? Look for sleep. Oh, we can use this one right here. I just copy the whole thing, even with the indentation, because that way, whenever I paste it here, it will be indented. So we want to run 1000, sleep 1000, and we can delete the rest of the stuff that we don't need. Right? So here is the command that we want to run. Shell command sleep 1000. Looking good. Let's go ahead and save this. Cat static to make sure we were saved. Yep. So now we got to move this. So I like to copy it. So copy static box into the Etsy and Kubernetes manifest. Right. So it should be copied there now. Now you just like to do an ls to make sure that it is there. Static box is there. We can clear this, and then we can do get pod. You can see right here, static box control plane. Looking good. Go ahead and go to the next question. So create a pod in the finance namespace and name temp bus with the image of Redis Alpine. Okay, that should be an easy one. Run. This is going to be called temp bus. The image, I like to put the namespace at the end. I don't know why, but something that I'm used to it. So the namespace is -n and then finance. Okay, has been created. So now to take a look at this, we need to do a get pod in the finance namespace, and you can see it there running. Great, right? And if you want to see more, you can do a wide. Looking good. Looking good. All right. Let's go ahead and go to the next question here, number 9, and let's see what we get here. Okay, a new application orange is deployed. There's something wrong with it. Identify and fix the issue. Okay, get pod orange in it. There's an error with it. So what is the error with this guy? Let's go ahead and go to describe the pod. So pull in image BusyBox, create a container in a service. So there's something wrong with this guy. It's not really telling me. Let's see if I can normal warning. There we go. Like this should have everything. Created a container init my service. Successfully put the image busy box. The side of container back off, restarting fail in a container service. So there's something wrong. Looks like there's something wrong with the service. Or there's something wrong with the init my service. Yeah, the init my service. So there is an init my servers here. So see the orange container, command shc. I think that's good. And then crash loop back off. And I think it's this guy right here. Yeah, sleep. They put too many E's in there. So there's an error with this guy. So we need to, I don't think this is a deployment. Okay, get deployment. Yeah, there's no deployments here for orange. So we're gonna have to do a k get path orange. So I wanted to export this as a YAML, export this as a YAML file. And then you're just gonna call orange.yaml. So we can save it there, right? And I like to save two, just in case I messed up the first one. A trick. That happened to me once, because I like to delete everything and make it just and only have the stuff that I'm going to need. I just delete everything and leave, the stuff that I need to have there. And yeah, I don't know. I just do it like that. And then we want to go ahead and delete this pod called orange that is not working, and we are going to force it so it happens a lot quicker. So now if we go to get the pod, you can see that orange is not there anymore. So now we can go to vim orange.yaml. And like I said, I like to delete everything that I don't need. I don't need that. No, don't need it. We don't need that. Don't need that. We do need the init container. We need to fix this right here. It needs to be just 2 E's. And then I'm just gonna keep deleting stuff. I think after this, we don't need anything else. So I'm just going to, yeah, everything in here is just default stuff. Container status, image. Yeah, so I'm just going to say delete 100 below, delete 10 below, delete. So I think this is all we need right here. Nothing else. All we need. So let's go ahead and save this and then do a k create f orange.yaml file. And container name is required, and you see why I always save the backup. So I just messed that one up. So now what I do is, since we have some time, or we don't have much time in the exam, right? I'm just going to go ahead and say, okay, I'm just gonna leave everything else. Oh, that's because the image, the name, because I delete the name of it. I'm just going to leave everything. And I'm just going to delete that. Now I can do k create orange one. Create it. We can do k get pod orange. You can see that it is initializing and now it is running. So that is great. We have fixed that issue. Let's go ahead and go next. Okay, now they want us to expose the HR web app as a service with this service. So application port on port, this port on the nodes, and on the cluster, the web application listens on this. So I think we can do this through, this is a deployment too. So we can say k expose deployment HR. We are going to name this deployment this right here, right? And yeah, you cannot specify the node port in here. So I'm just gonna say, can you do a dry run with this? Yeah, you can. I'm just gonna say dry run client. For now, let's do a type. It's gonna be node port. It's gonna be a node port, and it's going to listen on 8080. Okay. Because you can do the type of node port. Let me go ahead and just cancel this real quick. Right, if we do like a k expose deployment, and then you do HR web app, and if you go to the help, we have the target port, which is the cluster port, and then we have this port, which is the container port, right? But there isn't any node port, right? Yeah, there isn't any. So let's go ahead and, so it's gonna listen on that port. So what we could do here is just say like port equals to 8080 and target port listens to 8080. Dry run client, export this as a YAML, and we are just gonna call it, oops, copy too much, web service .yaml, right? Okay, get service. There's no service here. Yeah, oh, the messaging service that we created, but it didn't create the HR web app service because we did a dry run. So basically it doesn't run it. It just saves it into this HR app service.yaml file. So if we go here now, we go to HR, we can see that we have the type of node port, right? So we can just search here. I think it's just in services. Yeah, service node port. See if we have any configuration for node port. And the only thing that we need to add is this guy over here. And that should be good. So I just want to add it in here. Oops. It needs to be right here. Okay, let's see what happens. Let's do a k create HR. Oh, file HR web app service YAML. It has been created. K get service. It is there. We can say like the HR web service. I think if you do describe, it might tell you that it's actually attached to, yep, it is, the selector is the HR web app, which is great. And you can also, right here, which is cool, that lets you see the web application to see if it's actually running. And you can see over here it's not running. So wait, why did I put for the node port? Why did I put node port? Yeah, I put node port 3000. Was it 30,007? That's not right. It needs to be 30,082. Yeah. So we need to go ahead and edit that. I think you can do a K edit service. I think you can. I cannot remember. Let's see. Node port. Let's go ahead and change that. It is the wrong one, guys. Yep, you can edit it. So now if we go to get service, you can see where here's a 3082. Go to web application, and now it's working. Before it was giving me this bad gateway, but now it's working. Hello from HR web app. Here's a no name. Awesome sauce. Awesome sauce. So it looks like this one is done. So let's go ahead and go to the next question, which is question number 11. Oh man, this JSON path, they're gonna be the death of me. So use the JSON path query to retrieve the OS image of all the nodes and store it in a file. So in this file, the OS images are under the node info section under the status of each node. Okay, so they give you a path right here. Okay, so path or JSON path. So if they give me that, then we can use something like this and do the one path, so the one nodes. So what we could do here is say nodes, right? So they're telling you where it is already, right? So they're telling you it is on the OS image. So the OS image are under the node info section under the status of each node. So is it, I mean, we can even just play with it. We can just say, is it under node info? Let's see what's under node info, right? Oh, God, there's nothing. How about status? Okay. Grab node info. Okay, so node info is here. And then the OS image is right here. Okay, so that's, I had it backwards. So we need to put status, and then we call the node info. Okay, node info, and then here we need to select the OS image. There we go. Hey, not too shabby. There we go. I'm liking it. I'm loving it. But we need to save this into this path in this file. Awesome. And then you can do cat this guy. Awesome sauce. That wasn't that bad. Woohoo. Now go ahead and go next here. And for the last one and not least, we are going to create a persistent volume with the given specification. Here's the name, here's the storage, here's the access, and here's the host path. I love PVCs, PV, and storage classes. They are my favorite. And they are my favorite because I saw a lot of people struggling with it, and I did like 800 labs on PVC, PV, and I just got really good with them. So with that being said, we need to do a host path, which I remember I've done one before. Took me a little while to find it, but if you want to find it, just do a Control F and search for the host path. And there is one that it will tell you if you want to see an example of it, just go here. Right? No? So you should, I guess not, but I think I remember host path. Oh, whoa, right here, host path configuration example. But this is for a pod. We want to create an actual persistent value, right? Volumes. Let's go ahead and go to volumes again. Let's search for host space path. There's only one match here. But I think I know what we actually need. Let's go ahead and just search it like this. You don't want to spend a lot of time. Is this one my last one? What's my last one? We got some time. We should be A-okay. That is a pod. That is a pod. That's a thing. So host path. Yada, yada, yada. Host path. Swear there was a way. Persistent volume host path in here. Oh yeah, I cannot find it now. Let's keep searching. Yeah, I think this is how it needs to go. Let's go ahead and read this again. Create a persistent volume. Right? So if I do like PV, it's gonna take me here. And then here. Is here where I find it? Did I go to the wrong one? Oh, I think it's here. I think we're into it now, guys. There we go. Okay, so host path, keep going. There we go. See an example of a host path typed volume. Boom. That's what we need over here. Wapiti. So let's get it. So now I'm going to Vim and PV analytics is what they want to call it. Diamo. Oh wow, what did I do? Control everything. There we go. So now we're here. We are going to do, let me just do undo and paste this again. All right. So it's going to be a kind of persistent volume. The name, that's not the name that we want, right? We want this guy to be a PV analytics. The labels, did not specify any labels, so I'm just going to delete it. Storage class, they're not storage class, they don't specify any storage class name, so I'm just going to remove this. Capacity, they wanted to have, what is it, 100 MI, so 100 capital M and then I, lowercase I, you guys remember that. And then access mode is read, write, many, and then the path is going to be this guy right here. Awesome. So we have the kind, persistent, volume, the name, PV analytics is good, the storage, which is 100 MI, the access mode, which is read, write, many, and the path. So that's good. Now we can go ahead and save and do a create, specify the file, PV analytics. Let's go. It has been created. Get PV, and here it is. Awesome. So that was the last question, guys. So let's see how we did. And it's been 34 minutes. I've been working on it. A really great mock exam. This one was, that was really wonderful. That was really good. Right on point. Hopefully the exam is going to be the same like this, because I'm feeling really good right now. Let's go ahead and do the exam, because when you do the exam, it's when they're going to grade it. I need to have a 66 pass percentage. And let's see how we do. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let's go. I even got, I think this one was the JSON path. Ooh, I even, oh, look, even tell you the, is that the solution or no? No, it just tells you the question. So that is good. We got 100%. Let's go, guys. Let's go. You think I'm ready? Do you think I'm ready for the CKA? Well, there's 2 other exams that I want to take for the kodekloud, and I'm also doing a lot of labs on killer coda. But I don't know. I feel like killer coda is a little bit hard. It's a little bit harder than the kodekloud sometimes. But I feel like kodekloud is more towards you, trying to make you pass, and killer coda just trying to make you, you know, think a lot more. But I'm really liking both. Man, a huge shout out to kodekloud. That was really wonderful. My first time doing one of the exams, the mock exam, and this one came with the in the same course, the CKA course that they have here for kodekloud. It's really great, guys. Hey, and you guys really love this video, why don't you go ahead and hit the like button because it's free. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel because it's free, and share this video because it's free. Put it on Reddit, X, everywhere. Big shout out to kodekloud Academy. A really great course, really great labs. It's been wonderful. Thank you guys for watching. See you on the next one. Bye bye.